Kitchen, get ready for what? I don't know!
Hello, it's me again.
Do you love me?
I've been expecting you. No. Hello, it's me again. This time I'm in my sister's room. She moved out,
So it's mine now.
As many of you know, I am in fact a theater person. Being a theater person means that I know a lot of other theater people. My theatrical connections means that I am frequently called upon to do random theater things for my friends. For example, today I got a text from my dear friend Melina that just said,
Do you have 5 minutes today to do me the biggest favor ever? Do you want to / can you film a 30-second video being Alice from Alive in Wonderland for my kids this week?
And since I have nothing else going on, don't worry, I'm applying for jobs. I said yes, even though I do not in fact have an Alice in Wonderland costume at all. So today my project is MacGyvering an Alice in Wonderland costume out of whatever random crap I have in my house. A little comment on my costuming, or as I like to call it,
Closet curation.
first of all, I don't have a sewing machine. That means that I can't make anything by hand, and I can't really make any permanent alterations unless I want to hand sew the whole thing, which, let's just face it, that's a lot of work. Second of all, whatever I end up making, I want to be able to take apart at the end of the day and wear in its originally intended state, or else use to MacGyver other costumes out of later. Third of all, it's cost effective. I don't have to purchase anything to make all of the random crap that I am making. And fourthly, it's more environmentally conscious to reuse the random crap you already have in your house than to go out in the world and buy and make new crap. As usual, I would say follow along, but I doubt that any of you have the same random crap at your house that I do.
And it's voiceover time. The first thing you're going to need is a large piece of blue fabric, or an old bed sheet. Next, you're going to want to take that sheet and cut it into a giant circle with a smaller circle in the center. If you're wondering how to gauge the size of the inner circle, you can take a strip of fabric, wrap it around your waist to make a waistband out of it that's the desired width you'd like it. Use that to then mark your center circle, and then sew it into the center circle, adding fasteners if you'd like. Moving on to the top half, you're going to want to grab a light blue t-shirt of any ilk. I'm going to be using this hair t-shirt that I got when I saw the national touring production when I was 13 years old. Don't worry too much if it has a logo, because that will not be seen once we put our pinafore on. Then we're going to call upon our hoarder bag of ribbons and select a nice thin white ribbon to use around the sleeves. This next part's kind of hard to show, but I basically took a bunch of safety pins and pinned them around the inside sleeve of the t-shirt. I then flipped the sleeve right side out, wove the white ribbon through the pins from the outside, and tied it into a little bow after bunching the fabric up around my arm to make it look a little bit like a puffed sleeve. I then repeated the same process on the other sleeve, made sure they both fit, and then we were ready to move on to the collar. For the collar, you're going to want to grab all those scraps from the sheet you cut up and make 2 little semicircles and cut them out and safety pin them onto your shirt. To make it look a little neater, since I'm not sewing down the edges or anything, I added a little tiny bow in the center. Bows just make everything prettier. Then take a break and use all those scraps to make yourself a little couch. A really little couch. Moving right along, because we are late for a very important date, we're going to move on to the pinafore. For the top of the pinafore, we're going to just use a white or cream-colored tank top of some kind to put over our blouse. That's literally it for the top half. For the apron part of your pinafore, you're going to want a white rectangle of fabric. That could be a pillowcase or a square of scrap fabric, or if you're me, it's going to be this blouse with blue flowers on the front because it has a plain white nice background. I'm going to then use some ribbon to tie that to my waist, and that's going to be it for my pinafore. If this is sounding a little chaotic, don't worry, because it looks okay in the end. Especially if you accessorize. Accessories such as white tights or knee socks, black buckled shoes, which if you don't have, you can use black ballet flats with 2 black hair ties around the arch of your foot. And if you don't feel like dyeing your hair, you can always use a blonde wig. And to top it all off, we're going to grab a black headband and a black ribbon, and tie the ribbon to the headband in a nice little bow, and that will tie everything together. Pun intended.